Hey guys, welcome to Eureka Data. This video is going to be about Logan Paul, of course, as you can see from the title. As you all know already, YouTubers, Logan Paul is a really famous YouTuber that had made a really gigantic mistake. So he went to the suicide Japanese forest where he filmed the dead body. I mean, there are many comments about that he purposely did it or not. Of course, he purposely went to the forest, but what was his goal by going to the forest? To get more views? I don't think so, but that's just one point. And then because of the backlash from many people and the reaction of his fans, he made a video. Yeah, he deleted that first video and then made another video called So Sorry, where he explained himself and apologized for what he did. And what I like about that video is that he told his fans not to defend him because the mistake that he did wasn't defendable. And we really appreciate that. I mean, I really appreciate that. When somebody make a mistake, they should be given a second chance. Only after when they apologize. And he did apologize. And then he stopped making his almost daily videos. And about a month later, he posted a video on Suicide Be Here Tomorrow. That was the title of the video, of course, where he didn't talk about apologizing in that video, but you could see in the video that he wasn't aware of how much impact he could have until that happened. He's recognizing, he's redeeming himself for all the mistakes he has done by participating to the conversation. And I believe that originally he made that first video by going to the suicide forest to just raise awareness. And it is true that it went wrong, but originally I don't think it was a bad intention. It is a hard thing to go through life and to go through life difficulties and realizing that it is a hard thing going through life and life problems and realizing that the only way out is to die. And you could only understand that when you experience it. This morning he was on Good Morning America, where he apologized for his mistake one more time and explains himself. This is actually his first interview after that incident that happened about a month ago. It is not a good way to start the year, but I mean, it is a good topic to talk about during the year, and I think he did well in that. I mean, it's a good topic to talk about it. He didn't went about it the right way, but yeah, we're still talking about it from now, and we will be talking about it throughout the whole year, and that's a good thing. And I believe he's a good guy. We shouldn't judge him only based on one mistake that he has done. Plus, he's only 22. I'm not saying that to defend him in a way. What he did was wrong, and there is nothing that we could say that could change that. Nothing could change that. What happened happens already, and he is redeeming himself for his mistakes, and that should be known. That's what we should be focused on him changing, not blaming him on the same mistake, on the mistake he has done. So without no further ado, let's watch the video. The name of the video is Logan Paul or Good Morning America full interview.
It's been tough because ironically I'm being told to commit suicide myself, which
really
millions of people literally telling me they hate me, to go die in a fire. It's like the most horrible, horrific things.
So you don't feel like the criticism has been fair?
That's...
Is the criticism fair? I don't think that's a good question. Because is it fair for somebody when somebody make a mistake? I know that mistake is not measurable really, but is it fair that when somebody make a mistake, you tell them to go kill themselves? it is not something to say. Because why would you tell them to kill themselves? There is no point in telling them to kill themselves. That wouldn't fix the problem. That would just make it worse. To do action, more positive action, to redeem themselves from what they have done, and that's the whole point.
That's the thing. I do.
This is the Logan Paul his fans have never seen before. 1 month ago, the social media superstar with over 16 million YouTube subscribers was at the top of his game, breaking records with his wild viral video.
I hit myself in the face again.
That is, until he posted a clip from his visit to Japan's so-called suicide forest. What happened next would change his life forever. In an instant, he was met with fierce backlash. What made you decide to go to this forest?
The idea was to just do another fun vlog, go camp for a night, and make an entertaining piece of content in a forest. And things obviously changed pretty drastically and quickly.
The group came across an actual suicide victim.
So it was 100 yards away from the parking lot. It doesn't make any sense.
It does make sense. It doesn't make sense. If you go into a suicide forest, what do you expect to see? That's not something to say.
And I believe it happened for a reason. And
Yeah,
I think that reason is so I could take this experience, learn from it, spread the message the right way about suicide prevention and suicide prevention awareness.
That's true.
And so, did you know, let's fast forward a little bit. So, you go and you film it, and you film it, then you edit it, and then you put it out there for the world to see.
Yeah.
And was there a point when you said, maybe this is not a good decision. Maybe I should not show that.
Yeah. The idea was to shock and show the harsh realities of suicide and get people talking about something that I don't think people are talking about much.
That's true.
And still, that's the goal today.
And you have 16 million followers.
And that is true. It is true. It is a topic that we should talk about. And he didn't go about it the right way. But he got a point though. It's something that we should talk about. And it is good that we're talking about it right now. So yeah.
Which amazing amount of influence that you have. My kids know who you are. When you put out content like that, do you realize the age of your audience?
It's odd because, Michael, I'm 22 years old. It's not like I'm making content necessarily for kids. Sometimes I cuss. Sometimes I make inappropriate jokes. I want to make jokes that kids my age are going to like. I'm my own demographic. Now, I will say I'm much more aware of the impact that my actions have on myself and others.
For parents out there,
Yeah, it is a good thing. That's true, because it is true. How come he didn't? I mean, he edited the video himself. So why he didn't realize that would have such impact? Because he never knew how much impact his video could have until then. But one thing that I wanted to point out is that if only they will have somebody, or he can hire somebody to review his videos before he posts them, because each video he posted is viewed by millions of people, 16 million people, and all those people are not only adults, they are kids too, and kids watching those is not appropriate for them. So yeah, that's a good point.
because you're the father of a 13-year-old twin girl, it's very hard to know everything that your kids watch.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of parents who are saying, you know what? I heard about Logan Paul. I didn't really know who he was until this happened. Who are really going to monitor their kids now. What would you like to say to them?
I'm going to be honest with you, Michael. I think parents should be monitoring what their children are watching more. Every parent I meet whose kids are under the age of like 12, I go, hey, you let your kids watch my stuff? And they go, yeah, what am I going to do? But at the same time, it's not like I'm a bad guy. I am a good guy who made a bad decision.
Yeah, it is true. I mean, parents should monitor where the kids are watching, because he's an adult, and how would you expect him to only show kids content? There's no point. So we should monitor. I mean, parents should monitor the kids.
Preferred dropped you from their service.
Yeah.
Do you think that was fair of them to do?
I understand that they needed to take a stance, and while I don't necessarily maybe agree with it, I do respect it. I do respect it.
But how does that affect your bottom line?
Want to know the real answer?
Yeah, of course.
It hurts, but it's not like I'm drowning. It's I try not to live my life thinking about money, because money doesn't make me happy. Creating and making other people happy makes me happy. Creating content to make people smile and laugh, that's what makes me happy.
So you did the Suicide Be Here Tomorrow. So what was that project about?
Michael, I've gotten to meet the most incredible people and have the most incredible conversations. And in fact, that's one thing I don't regret about this whole experience is I would have missed out on making these relationships and getting this education.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason. Everything. You just have to know it.
One of the things I'm learning, which actually pertains to me as well, is crisis passes. Crisis passes, man. And for anyone suffering, I think it's important to know that. Like, you are not alone. And for me, why I say it's important for me is because, like, dude, this has been, to be honest with you, the hardest time of my life. I've never been hated by the whole world. And it's been something to definitely overcome. I will think twice in the future about what I post, probably 3 times.
Logan vows
Yeah, that's a good point. Thinking 3 times before posting.
to regain the trust and respect of his fans.
I don't think everyone should get a second chance. Some people do horrible things. This was a horrible lapse of judgment.
Yeah.
And I can, will, and am going to learn from it and be a better person.
And that's the whole point of life, being a better person. What else could we do? We all make mistakes, but how to overcome them is the main purpose of those mistakes. Mistakes are made to be overcome.
Let's hope he does do that. I mean, he certainly has had a very swift and large response to what he did.
I remember the first...
Yeah, what a way to start the year, by being hated by so many people.
response video that he did after the video, and because a lot of, you remember, parents were outraged, but his followers were still like, hey, leave him alone. Yeah. And in that video, he said to his followers, hey, don't defend me. Yeah. You can't defend what I did. Yeah. And yes, we all should have second chances in that, and we can only hope that he means what he said to Michael about wanting to use this as a moment.
Well, it seems like what's having the most profound effect on him right now is the criticism he's getting from those followers right now, how they've turned on him. And it does show the double power. He sort of lived off all that attention, all that love, all that adoration. It turns, it hurts.
Now he has to deal with that, right? The other side of it.
Interesting stuff. Thank you.
And as you can see, or as you have heard already, he deeply apologized and for his mistake. Everybody should be given a second chance, of course. Now he knows how much impact his video could have on people, on the world, because everybody's watching him. And it is, I bet it is a weird feeling to know that every move that you do is watched by people and is judged by people. He has 400. He posted 485 videos, but we cannot judge him based on only one video, based on only one mistake that he has done. There's no point on doing that. Hopefully he learned well, and going forward, we talk more about suicide. Thank you for watching. Yue Kayata.